By the time you get through all the problems, technical difficulties, you don't know what you're gonna say, what you should say, or who
exactly.
you are.
It's
like,
so
what's my name?
Now we're like thinking about if this is gonna actually.
Is it working? Is it not working? Hello?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
It's working.
I couldn't see anything.
No, loud, man.
Yeah, why is yours so loud and mine? Look, are you trying to silence me?
Am I trying to silence you?
That's what it feels like.
Well, we both need.
Feels like patriarchy.
No, we can turn it up later. It's just I need to not yell. I need to not laugh so hard into my.
Yeah, your laugh is insane.
Okay.
Yay!
Yes.
Finally here after 1 year.
Super Rad Cool Kids Club episode 2. So Sania,
so what's happened
what's
this
happening?
whole time?
So
it's been
what were we talking about?
We were supposed to do a podcast a month later, remember?
Yes.
And then we did it.
It's been about a year later.
You think a year? I would say a year, maybe. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, definitely. It was winter. I was wearing a beanie. I was wearing the
beanie, which one?
Yeah, so it was winter.
So it was, after all the Blue Mountain escapades.
Yes. And
you're gonna edit through all these parts, right?
I'm gonna have to edit all of this.
Yes.
There's too much dead air to not edit.
I told you, if I don't look at you, I'm not gonna be able to say anything.
That's
this
true.
is not.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen.
Let's converse like this.
Yes. Okay. That's good. Okay. All right. So what I wanted to talk about
in today's conversation.
Yes. I want to talk about. It's so weird because I was so fired up about this, like talking about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
But now I'm not as fired up. Like,
I know.
I've forgotten what.
Exactly.
We should have done it that moment. But ow.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this giant skirt. It's kind of hard. This is not. I swear this isn't the outfit for a podcast. I'm gonna look like a ball of yarn, but it's okay.
Now stop breathing over.
Stop it breathing and laughing. Like, talk. Say something.
Okay.
Hello. I can say something about Elon Musk. What do you think about Elon? Honestly, this is like outside of life. Okay? And you don't have to say anything to make... Do you understand? I won't... Just be honest. I just want to know what you think. Because I know we know what I think. And everything I've said. But I don't even know what you're... I just assume they're like mine because it would be crazy not to.
Of course.
It would be insane if they
Well, I think he's a dork.
Okay.
And...
Dork.
Yeah.
Bing. Check.
I also think he's a... I don't understand why everyone is obsessed with him. I really do not understand it.
Yeah, that's the funniest part.
I didn't understand it from the beginning. Before I kind of had some thought about it more. And before he got really big. You know what I mean? Like...
Before he got big, you thought about it, you saying?
Well, before I don't know when I picked up on him.
You know, he was around, I would say, since 14, 15. He's been around. He's been around longer, but he really came to, right?
Yeah,
is that what happened?
That makes sense, yeah.
Well, when PayPal, like all that internet shopping, everything, and he got even bigger, right? Before that, he was more like the Mars guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they used to, he was always the Mars guy, and then he's like, oh, that's the guy with PayPal, and then PayPal became huge because of all the shopping.
No, PayPal was his first thing.
PayPal was his first thing. But, that's not the order I found out.
Yeah, exactly.
In the sphere, like in the news spheres and all that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's, I just want to, like, I don't understand why people are, like, obsessed. They're so obsessed. I've noticed, like, people literally, like, idolize him. And that was like something really strange to see in the culture.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, you weren't supposed to look at the religion. Everything was like... But they had this, like, weird messiah type. He had this messiah feeling. I remember in 2015, I looked it up. Yeah, I've told you this a million times.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what happened, okay? In 2014...
Yeah.
I was like, why is this guy like Jesus? Like, I remember thinking this because people are like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, they're trying to tell me he's Jesus. Like, wherever I'm going, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's the thought I had. And then I went and looked at him. And I remember his Wikipedia, I told you, they asked him like the question I've always been obsessed with.
Yeah.
Like, can you mix science and religion?
Yeah.
Right? Like, and he said, no. You know, like, to me, that's, like, insane, because science and religion, I mean, I don't mean religion, but spirituality, right?
Yeah.
Science and spirituality are the same thing, and they need to be reconciled. That's something I just knew somehow. Always. And to me, anyone who says the opposite, no!
We should move these things from behind us.
So mean. No.
Because
I like her here.
I'm a menace. I can't.
You're not a menace.
I mean, I just moved my arms.
You just did, and yeah, I moved it.
Okay.
Sam, you...
I'm sorry. Okay.
What? Oh, you can't do it, can you? Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We're in it.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not in it. I'm in it alone.
No.
I'm in it alone. You're not in it.
No, that just freaked me out. Yes.
There's a lot I said in there.
Yes. Okay, so...
And I want to take it even further. So
yes.
Just...
Yep. Okay, so...
Yeah, you thought that's all you thought. It was very, like, surface level. But you didn't think it was Jesus, like some people.
No.
And it's funny because I wouldn't have even thought this but like meeting people who in person who think he's a cool guy, like that was very surprising.
Yeah.
And people who I don't even know if they know his history, like who he's married to. He's married to Grimes.
Yeah.
Who is idolizing and promoting communism, which is just insane to me. Like, why is communism fucking cool? Like, why? How can communism be cool? Like, when it's killed more people than Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why is it cool? I remember when I was like in Parramatta, they opened Copacabana. Remember? It was so much like communism. Like the decor is communism.
Oh yeah.
And I used to go there all the time because it was like they had good sangria.
Yeah, we went there once.
Yeah, and you
took me there in like, when was that? Like that was
early.
That was early.
That's why, because I haven't been for a long time.
Yeah, 2014.
Probably.
And then and we had like
15. Cigars.
Yeah.
They had cigars, like, you know, Cuban cigars. That's like everything was just communism, like South American communism.
Yeah.
Poster boy, you know that. That's why I read the Motorcycle Diaries. There was there was another movie. I think it was just a movie version. Anyway. Yeah. That's why I was obsessed with all that. Like, but that's just weird. Like, why is that a thing? And no one is talking about that.
That's one thing I've also never understood, the how that got into the culture. Because when I was growing up, there was like a what's his face? Guevara.
Exactly.
What is it?
Guevara. Guevara, I think. Don't quote me.
You see someone wearing a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, always. I don't understand. I mean, who was Motorcycle Diaries again?
That was him.
Yeah, that was him. That was his early years.
Yeah. I couldn't watch that movie.
It was hard to watch.
Yeah. I just got bored.
I didn't hate it because I used to love, travel stuff. And I loved, like, On the Road. And that was like a Mexican. That was like a... Yeah. That was like a Spanish on the... like a Latin on the road. But no, it's not memorable. Like, it's a real story,
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't get the point. They
No,
tell
I
those
literally
stories.
I've never taken the time to wrap my head around that
Like,
situation.
who knows? Maybe the republics were like really crazy in those places, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like they were doing some crazy stuff.
Of course, it's not like it's not one.
Natives.
It's not. Yeah, there's a reason people that you can like organize something like a coup or a revolution. You know what I mean? There's a reason people are pissed off. Like you can't.
Yeah, no, there's always something real.
Bring that
like,
kind of energy about without some kind of.
No, that's why they say it's always like they're setting up. This is why if people don't understand, like they just want to like look back in time and judge people, and not put themselves in their shoes.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
And you're in history class, you know, and the teacher's saying like, but no one's like really like feeling that. Do you know what I mean? Like putting themselves in their shoes. They're like, who cares? No. Like they just not listening. You gotta put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
And then realize that, look, I might come into those circumstances and I can't give in no matter what.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of vulnerability it creates. And this is the kind of thing that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
And people are not doing that. You know, they're not doing that with Nazism. They're not doing that. Therefore, they're not doing it with... and communism, it's always like South American communism. I don't know why. Like...
Is it sexier?
No, it's just not. I don't think they killed that
hot
many.
And wet.
I don't think they killed that many people. It was more like a cultural.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it doesn't have that stamp.
I think so, because they wouldn't.
Bad stain over it. Yeah.
Not as bad, I don't think, unless they're like just painting this image. Do you know what I mean? Which they could be doing. I haven't looked into this enough to say exactly, but that's what it feels like. And then they're not talking about like China, Russia, Iran, like they're not talking about these countries at all. And
because that's inconvenient. It's inconvenient because it's there. You can see it. Like,
isn't it like 70 million people that were killed in communism under communism, and something like 10 for Nazism? It's something like that. Mm-hmm. That's the ratio we're talking about.
Yeah.
So 10 million, and this is something people really focus on in history. And I get it. Nazism, there's a big thing behind it. Do you know what I mean? Because it hasn't ended. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, what was it? Operation Paperclip.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the one they brought all the Nazi scientists back, right?
Yes.
Because they were too valuable to them to kill and actually convict.
Yeah.
So they just like brought that. So the whole Nuremberg's trial is a lie.
That was a show. That was
a complete show.
That was yeah.
And so now you're talking like, so I get why people are obsessed with Nazism and they kind of overplay communism. But people need to remember what happened in communism in China, in Russia. What's happened? That's how they took over Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Like Khomeini was a Russian. He was trained by Russians since he was a kid.
Yeah.
So he was trained under the Communist Manifesto, but his family was like these long line of mullahs, I believe, I guess, or just like a section, like a subsection of the religion. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. But he was part of like all this kind of lineage, and he was also trained in Russia. I don't know. But that's what. You know, and so like communism, nobody ever talks about that.
Yes.
Know? And Nazism's really like there's so much behind it to talk about. I think maybe another. But like there's all that, like we're talking about the Nazi, like this was like so 3D just talking about them bringing the Nazi scientists here. I mean, America. Yeah. But like Operation Paperclip, right?
Yeah.
But how like the rest of it, do you know what I mean? Like the fact that they were contacted by Nordics.
Mm-hmm.
Like communism, again, we don't know if, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like communism is different. It's kind of like it is alien technology to begin with.
Yeah.
But it comes out of a certain situation they create.
Yeah.
And it's part of their programming. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So was like Nazism, but Nazism is like one faction of extraterrestrials, right? Like contacting one country that's in a very vulnerable state.
Yeah.
That they know they can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's like a bit of a difference, I feel like, unless we find out like communism, there were people contacted as well. But I've been waving this thing around.
I know. I haven't been listening, so I don't know if.
Do you want to put it on?
Yeah. It feels weird with putting it on without you putting it on.
No, it's fine. It's okay. I think I can talk easier.
Yeah, I can tell you then if you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not close enough or too close to the microphone. I can't really hear either of us right now.
Really? Are you serious?
No, it's coming through.
Okay. What about when I'm talking here? When it's like here? Because that's where I was talking.
Yeah, you can still hear it.
I don't know. What else were we talking? Oh, yeah, the Elon Musk thing. Okay, I want to really talk about, because I know it's so boring and I don't want to even talk about him, but he like, why do people... we went into communism, right? He's married to Grimes. Grimes is a well-known, like, communism proponent and revolutionary. You know, she has that thing in her. Do you know what I mean? Like, she looks like someone they would use to incite revolution and violence and like takeovers and things like that.
Yeah.
That's like the vibe of her art. I would say completely.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a revolution power, like.
Oh, for sure.
You know, that's who he's married to.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And it's No, keep going.
No, go on. I'm thinking. What about? That's like her whole vibe.
Yeah.
And there was that photo that went viral of her like reading the Communist Manifesto. This was like just a couple years ago. Yeah. So right after pandemic.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this situation.
Okay. What's not working?
I don't know. I'm not hearing. Why am I not? Hello. Why am I only hearing one of them?
Hello?
There we go. Okay. I should be able to hear myself. Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
it's recording, but I can't hear it for some reason.
What? So you can't hear yourself?
Yeah.
That's like weird.
Hello.
Okay, maybe don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay. Screw it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. It's recording.
It is recording. Even my voice?
Yeah.
Because it's so tiny. Why is my voice?
I can make it bigger.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, I was talking about that photo that went viral.
Which photo?
Remember the one Grimes? She's like leaning against the wall and she's reading the Communist Manifesto.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that one? Like, that was like a, you know what I mean? It was everywhere for like a whole day. It was so annoying because there's so many artist accounts I follow.
Yeah.
And they're all communist leaning, like communism. They think it's funny, like socialist. Like, these are not good words.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, like, literally, Stalin invented controlled opposition.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I want. This is, like, what we really need to talk about is because Elon Musk, I didn't know that he had made, I think I knew, but I had forgotten, that he made Twitter, like, the only uncensored place.
Now
when he took over.
Yeah.
I knew that, but I forgot. But then I was reminded, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like that is perfect.
But apparently, that's not even that true, really. Like
exactly. Yeah. It's not even true. He just looks like he's doing it.
Yeah.
And he's seen as a hero.
Yeah.
By this is complete controlled opposition kind of behavior, because someone who's literally acting on their own, they are not within the confines. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Don't even try and tell me that guy. And I said, when he said science and like spirituality can't combined, it was over. Like, he might change that now. There was like this whole thing I found that he was like he's obviously taking a lot of acid. They all are, and that's
yeah.
The thing is, they're gonna wear, like, what happens if you wear out your brain? Can you get a brain implant? I don't think so.
What do you mean? Like,
they can't get, this is, now I'm getting into organ harvesting, which is not good. I don't want to talk about that.
What do you mean wear out your brain?
That's what I'm thinking he's doing, because that's what I see when I look at him. I see just this guy who's taking a lot of like drugs, but I don't think he can, I don't know how to explain it. He's obviously like a Luciferian bloodline. You can see it. His dad was an emerald. He had an emerald cave.
Yeah.
Right? To me, that stuff's like, emeralds are too spiritual. And if someone gets in the hands of it, and it was interesting. Nah, I'm not gonna say this. But anyways, okay. Where were we? The communism stuff, right?
Yeah.
So he's married to a communist.
Yeah.
Okay? He's trying to look like he's for the people. It's all there. They are literally, and I bet you, because of that Jesus feel I had, they have what you would call one of those, like, Jesus holograms. Like, that's what it would look like in the world.
Yeah.
You know, when in energetic synthesis, they talk about, like, all the, like, the 5D Jesus, the 7D Jesus, you know, like, these are all holograms,
of course,
created at different levels by different factions and different beings. They've just been inserted.
Yeah.
Because that's a memory they can play on to confuse everything.
Yeah.
But completely work on their own agendas behind it, you know?
Yeah.
So simple.
Definitely,
And that's why you would feel that. That's why people look at him. If you can't tell false white light from real white light, like, you will just think he's Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
You think he's cool.
Yeah.
You think, oh, that's who I gotta be like. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, look at him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And he does enough
especially
different
for
things
people who,
that
like,
he feels like a
that's
real
the thing.
man.
He's like he's a he's like what, like, this, how do I explain this? Man, I'm tongue-tied right now.
No, you can do it. You're always tongue-tied. This is me in life. I gotta massage you to get 5 words out. Tell me what you think. What do you mean? You were gonna say something.
Okay, so he, like, it sounds too simple, but he's like what this, like, modern man kind of aspires to be.
Exactly.
Like,
it's in a very strange way.
Yeah. That seems like so obvious, but it's
But
more,
to us it's not. Do you know what I mean? Because those are not, like, what we value.
No. Exactly. So then you see someone like that.
Yeah.
In the public, and everyone loves them, and you're like, is that what these people want? Is that what they like?
You see them in what they worship.
Exactly.
Or what they think is cool.
You see they're, like, in their ideal, like, situation.
Yes.
Which is, like, total control over every single human and
exactly, and it's not good.
Planet and
people think that's gonna be freedom. And they're wrong, and this is why false white light and real white light.
Because they think that they're not free because people are controlling them. So they think, if I could just control the people, I would be free. Yeah. You know,
everyone's in the program. Even people at the highest levels getting the. Do you know what I mean? Like the most inverted people, like Elon Musk or whoever. Like through generations and generations, they've like. Morph these people into the most spiritually weakest.
Yeah.
And therefore the most successful in the arena.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what I see, and no one's gonna tell me, but, like, that's what I mean. that's a great example of the Jesus holograms, in my opinion. Because I remember thinking, like, feeling his aura and being like, he seems to be Jesus, and he's not. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I had these senses, even before I knew I had these senses. Do you know what I mean? Like, in hindsight, I can tell you that that's what I did.
Yeah.
At the time, I just thought that's what everyone does.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But that's what I did then, and I figured that out. But now that I have the language for it from, like, Ascension Glossary, of seeing, like, Lisa has this, she does that thing where she goes and just names everything. Do you know what I mean? She creates the language for these things that are happening. Her and her community, like, create the language for it all. So it's like, now I can, like, put it in a language, which helps.
Exactly.
Which is really hard to do when you're, like, experiencing these things. It's like everyone's experiencing the multidimensional reality. They just don't know it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are lots of people who will just be able to tell that that's false white light. But right now, they're not even awake. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, totally. Yeah.
And there are people who can't. And there are people who can in some areas and can't in other areas. You know, we have blind spots with things when our ego especially gets involved in it, you know. That's why children are more like bullshit detectors, because do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Even children get duped when you start threatening their livelihood. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you threaten what they want to do, like, you say no ice cream, then they're fucking
exactly.
Yeah,
for sure.
You say. So you see, like, those are the blind spots, and you can't have those blind spots if you're gonna, like, discern all the energies, all the people, all the timelines, all the everything.
Yeah.
And I just communism is not good. Like, communism is, like, the worst thing on the planet.
Yeah.
See, I can talk when I look at you, but if I look there, okay, what am I going to say now? That's what I think.
I have to look this way because I forget that I'm on camera and I need to be.
That's crazy. Okay, we need to have a camera pointing at you. Because you're the diva, as always. Stop it!
What? See, now I'm
again, you're a diva this episode as well.
I am performing.
That's performing, you think? What are you, a 16-year-old twink? Like, is that... You're in cam? Is that our audience right now? Like, people who would horribly pay another being a 16-year-old? Do cute things in front of the camera. If that's what you call performing, then it's let's go with that.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Perfect description of the
what you were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just talk. You have words.
Yeah. They're in there.
They're in there. Hello. What were we talking about? What are your thoughts? They might be very different than mine, so I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts about communism?
Huh?
Communism. What did you always feel about it, and how do you feel about it now? And
my thoughts on communism.
And just all of that in general, whatever it relates to, you know.
Well, it never like really
exopolitics and doesn't even. No. Come on. You gotta talk.
Oh, I never saw communism.
Okay. You never saw communism
until I went to China.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was it was interesting at first, just because I wasn't thinking about that, like, this is communism, like
you were just there.
I was just there. I didn't like But it was just interesting, like the little, I would start to notice like things that were, I was like, how the fuck is all this, like, where's this money, like, for all these, like, for all this building coming from? And also, like, everyone kind of, the way people worked, there was, like, here's the thing, it's, like, it was really a misogynistic country, but all the men and women kind of worked equally. That was something that I noticed, like, that was, does that make sense?
It was but men and women were, yeah, it was more like, well, this is what I say, they're always, like, I think of like ant colonies, you know, and this is us getting real deep into what they really want to do, right?
Yeah.
Which is create that zero gender, because communism is transhumanism at the end of the day. And transhumanism is, you know, merging machines with humans.
Yeah.
So you're getting into like just saying that
shows
how communism progresses and what it progresses into.
Yeah.
And some parts of China we could say are a great example of that, because China was one of the countries that was the most affected and still had a they just run like culturally that altruism, but it's not really altruism, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
It's just full on. I don't even know how they were able to be successful there, but that's when we start talking about grid weakness.
Didn't we start watching something the other day about that?
That was about the slackers.
That's right.
Actually,
yeah,
the Chinese slackers now that are emerging after such a long time, which is a good thing. We need more of those.
Yeah.
We need more Chinese slackers because we need that culture of like. Because that's kind of a hive mind culture. And when you talk, like, oh, there's just so much to go into when you're talking about it on this level. But you just made a great point about there was no gender, right? As much. It was all about work.
Yeah.
Right? That becomes the thing
to
do. Gender and, like, gender differences kind of melt away.
Yeah, yeah. In that sense, in that part of
and that's just the beginning,
life.
you know?
Yeah.
Of course, we're not talking. They haven't gotten to that point where we're seeing they want to get us to.
Of course,
nowhere has at this time.
Yeah.
But these are the seeds they keep putting in. You know, this is their dream.
Yeah.
This is why they released the technologies they did and suppressed the other ones.
Movie recording has been stopped automatically.
No! That sucks. What did we...